My name is Andrew Morrison. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm a food writer and editor and publisher. Started a website that got really popular called Scout Magazine, scoutmagazine.ca. It's the leading food and culture website in Vancouver. Writing is a lonely pursuit. It's like no one really can... I'm my own editor and I'm my own publisher now, so I have no check or balance. It's a tap that I don't have the luxury of turning it off or on. It has to be on all the time. You've got to pour words onto the screen and edit other people's work. You can't afford to have writer's block. It's a luxury of bygone era, I think. It's a really weird situation because I like to think of myself as being classically trained as an academic writer, somebody who's a historian who likes to get to the bottom of things, which I think lends itself really well as a discipline to journalism. But the medium of the web doesn't lend itself well to that discipline. I am a restaurant critic for one of the local papers in town, so I do have to go out and eat. I think to write a really fair restaurant review, there are a few sort of hoops that you have to jump through. First, you have to establish context, like where is this restaurant located? What does the neighborhood tell you about the mission of this restaurant? Who are the owners? What restaurants have they opened before? Are they first-timers? If they are first-timers, are they former chefs and general managers and servers? Do they know the business, or are they just like people with money who think it's going to be a great idea to open a restaurant? Those are the ones that close the fastest. I think that what food writers do, it's a form of entertainment, for sure. And criticism is criticism. But I think where I do provide more of a public service is in informing people of what's worthwhile, where they should spend their money if they're going to spend their money on food. Vancouver's a town of almost a few million now. We used to look to other cities for how to be, how to eat, how to dress, how to act. We used to look to Los Angeles or New York or Toronto or Montreal. And it wasn't until about 15 years ago that we started to really look at how we were as a people and what we preferred to do. What I like to promote, especially on Scout, are every facet of city life that is adding to that movement of supporting the next generation coming up, who are coming at us with original ideas and concepts and going into neighborhoods where the big money still fears to tread. What's next for me, I don't know. We live in an amazing part of the city. We live in the poorest postal code in Canada, and I think one of the greatest homes in Canada. We have the oldest school in Vancouver that my mom used to teach at, just up the street. That's where my kids go to school. I don't want to leave this area. I'm not going anywhere. BC is a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place to be a food writer. I always wanted to be a writer, ever since I was a little kid. I'm Andrew Morrison. I'm a Vancouverite.